Good morning, everyone.
Morning, ma'am.
How are you today? How are you?
Fine.
Only one is responding. Others are not fine? Hello, Donna.
Hi, ma'am.
How do you do, Donna?
I'm fine.
A little more louder.
I'm fine, ma'am.
I'm a bit.
Last class, we have seen the different types of softwares, right? So here a question for you. Let me see you all understood or not, okay? And I'm expecting a little bit louder voice from Sharath. Sharath? Yes. So here we go. I hope everyone can see this screen. So click on the correct answer. Okay, everyone? Yes. Yes. Two more. Okay, I guess everyone completed it. Okay. 22 are there in the classroom, so 18. Those who came just now, just see the question and click on the correct answer. 19 of 24. The remaining, okay, so I'm going to end it. Now I understood that still many of you did not understand. I will show you the result. So still 21% of you have given the answer as specific purpose. How it can be specific purpose? See, let me repeat. Specific purpose means it is for bank, specially created. The software is specially created for the bank, specially created for the school, specially created for the hospital. These kinds of softwares are coming under specific purpose software. Hope you understood. Those who have given the answer as specific purpose, yes or no? So all 79% gave me the correct answer. So hope now you understood. It's not specific purpose. The answer is general purpose. So every day plan to give one question like this. Now everyone understood. Yes or no, Ashwin?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now next time don't make any mistake. Okay. Then today we are going to another topic, that is different computer types based on the technology they use. So what is the topic? Different computer types. Before going to that, Meenakshi, I just gave you a homework yesterday. So
Yes, ma'am.
yes. So the answer is?
And there are so many viruses.
So many. Just tell me one.
Fleeceware,
Yes.
Jokero,
Affected?
Code Red, affected. These are
Operating system.
recent viruses affected the computer.
So good. Okay, so lots of virus were there in 2019. So many virus were attacking the operating system. Okay, now we'll come back to the topic, that is different types of computers. The computers are divided into different types based on their technologies. The first one is, you know already, digital computer, analog computer, and hybrid computer. So there are three types based on the technology they use: digital, analog, and hybrid. Okay, Sharath. What is a digital computer?
Digital computer.
Little more louder,
I don't know,
louder.
ma'am. I don't know, ma'am.
Are you using a laptop or mobile?
Mobile.
Mobile. Mobile is a digital or analog or hybrid?
Hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay. Grishma? What
Yes,
is a
ma'am.
digital computer?
Assembly computer.
Computers? You're using a mobile or laptop. So
Laptop.
what is that? Digital or analog or hybrid? Sharath said it as hybrid.
Digital.
Digital. So Sharath, it is not hybrid, it is digital. You know hybrid cars? What is a hybrid car? Sharath? Hybrid
I
car?
don't know.
Electric car?
Electric car, yes.
What is an electric car?
It uses electricity instead of
Instead of
petrol.
petrol or diesel, you can use electric charge. You can recharge it, isn't it? So there is electric car and the normal car. So hybrid car means you can use both electric or petrol or diesel in that car. So it's a combination of both. If you want, you can recharge it. If you want, you can fill petrol and you can use it. So that is called hybrid. That is called a hybrid car. The same way hybrid computer means it's a combination of, sometimes it use digital technology, sometimes it use analog technology. So that is called hybrid computer. So what is a digital computer? Digital computer which use zeros and ones, binary language, which uses zeros and ones combination, that's machine language, the voltage pulses. And the voltage pulses we are considered as low pulse and high pulse. So that type of computers are called as digital computer. Your mobile, your laptop, your PCs, PDA, tablet, all are digital computers. So analog. Shivani, what can be analog? Can you tell me an example of an analog signal? In physics, you are studying analog signal. Anyone?
I don't know.
I thought you were telling some answer. Who can say Achyut? Analog signal.
Ma'am, is it a radio?
Radio. What is coming from radio? It is voice. Voice is an example of analog signal. So other than digital signals, if the computer is using analog signal, for example, heat, energy, sound, if they are using that kind of things, quantity, then their type of computers are called as analog computers. Okay? So the explanation I'll show you when I share the screen. So digital computer, analog computer, then the third one is hybrid computers. So this classification is based on the technology they use. Where it is. So what are the three types? Digital, analog, and hybrid. Okay. It is moving a little bit fast, sometimes slow. Come on, come on. So digital computers means these computers are capable of processing information in discrete form. Discrete form means zeros and ones.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I can't see the notes on my screen.
Caller can't see it. Who said that you can't see?
Achud.
Achyut. What about others?
Same.
Can't see, ma'am.
Srihari,
Can't see.
you can't see.
I'm still it is showing it's showing different like classification based on technology, networking types of software.
Showing all the files.
Yeah.
You can't see? Just a moment. Okay. What about now?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the different classifications are digital, analog, and hybrid. So what is digital computers? Digital computers are capable of processing information in discrete form. Discrete form means, see, when you draw graph for analog signal, you can see the graph will be like, isn't it? Analog signals will go like this. What about digital signals? If you draw the graph, it will be like, this is called discrete form. So digital computers are using discrete form, that is zeros and ones, and which can be in the form of letters, symbols, or numbers, which is represented in binary form. That is very important. Digital computers are using which form? Binary form, and that is the combination of zeros and ones. And 1 stands for a high voltage and 0 stands for a low voltage. Okay? Clear? Any doubt? Our normal systems, your mobile phones, PDS, all are examples of this digital computer. Lydia? Lydia? Can you hear me, Lydia?
Yes, ma'am.
Why your face looks so sad?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next comes analog computers. Analog computers works on continuously changeable aspects of physical phenomena such as fluid pressure, mechanical motion, and electrical quantities. For example, we are doing a weather forecasting. Weather forecasting using computers. They are using what kind of computer? Analog computer. Why? Because it changes. Next hour, the climate changes, the weather changes. So that kind of changeable quantities, the computer will take and analyze it, and it will give you the result. So that kind of computers are called as, Srihari, computers are called as analog systems.
Analog computer.
So, see, thermometer is an example of an analog system. How? Thermometer? It changes according to the temperature, isn't it? Suppose you are testing for the fever, in one person the temperature will be different, another person temperature will be different. So the same way, but in digital computer, if you write 1 + 1, you will get 2. So always it is 2. There is no change in the result. But when you come to analog computers, there will be change in the result. That is according to the temperature difference, can be pressure difference or electrical current difference. So that is how this analog computers work. That is why the name given as analog computer. Then it is used in simulation purpose. What is a simulator? Simulator. Any idea? Hannah, simulator.
No, ma'am.
Simulation means, see, aircraft, after the designing of aircrafts, before they will try for a aircraft simulation. That means they will feel that they are flying the plane, but actually it is just a virtual environment. So that thing is called simulation. Car, driving test. And when we play some games, car games, you will feel that you are driving the car. But it is actually just a virtual reality. So that kind of things can be done using analog computers. Okay? So simulation is examine nuclear power plants. They are using analog computers. So just learn few examples. Simulations in aircrafts, nuclear power plants, hydraulic and electronic network. Hydraulic means water content. Based on the water content, the volume of water per flow, that will be calculated. So that kind of system they use because these quantities are changing. It's not permanent. That is why they use analog systems. Okay. Then we have the hybrid computers. Hybrid computers use both analog and digital technology. That is the main speciality. It uses both analog and digital technology. It has the speed of analog computer and the accuracy of digital computer. And again, it is used in the place, again simulation, but complex simulation. Simple simulation purpose, you will use analog. If the simulation is complex, that process is complex, then scientists, they prefer hybrid computers. Now it is clear, Sharath, what is a hybrid computer? Sharath?
Hybrid computers are the computers designed to use for simulation.
You understood or no? That's my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it works both in digital and analog technology. Okay. Now, let's see the different classifications of digital computers. In real life, we are using digital computers in all the places. These digital computers are again classified into microcomputers, mini computers. Because you're writing, you write down micro and mini computers, mainframe computer and supercomputer. Microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe computers and supercomputers. So, what can be a microcomputer, Emmanuel? Microprocessor. Have you heard that term, microprocessor?
No, no.
No. What are the different components of computers?
And
Input devices, output devices?
yes, CPU and memory.
What is the full form of CPU?
Central processing unit.
Any word is there, like central processing unit is also called as?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Central processing unit is also called as microprocessor. Yes, CPU's another name is microprocessor. So normally, whatever systems we use in mobile, in tablet, in your PDS, all are working using this microprocessor. In your mobile phone, how many microprocessors are there? What do you think, Emmanuel? 1, 2, 3, 4, or in your laptop, how many processors?
I don't know, ma'am.
Dia, how many processors in laptop? Hello? Can you hear me? Unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
How many processors? Any idea? You have one processor in laptop and computer. One only, we are using one processor. This one processor is doing all the processing. So microcomputers means which works on one microprocessor. A normal examples are your mobile phones, your desktops, your pantops, your laptop, then PDA, tablet, everything, whatever you are using nowadays, all are examples of microcomputers. Clear, Dia? Okay. So now mini computer. Mini. What is that mini? Ashwin?
Don't know, ma'am.
Which is bigger, mini or micro?
Mini.
Mini. So they use, that is little more higher technology than your micro computers. That is, they use more than one processor and many users can work simultaneously. In banks and all, you know that in all the bank branches will be interconnected. And whatever things, whatever data they are storing from different branches will be stored in some particular place. Suppose there is a head branch that is in, suppose Ernakulam, South Indian Bank. Head office in Ernakulam. So all the systems are connected. There is a one branch in Meladur, one branch in Mala, one branch in Annamalada. So what happens is whatever data about the customer details, whatever things they are entering to the computer will be stored in the computer which is situated in the head office. So simultaneously many users are using that particular, saving to that particular system. So there they use mini computer. In the branches they use microcomputer, but in the head office they use mini computer, so which has more storage capacity and more processing power. So that is specialty of mini computer. Then what is the next one? Mainframe computer, isn't it? Mainframe. Your Gmail servers, your Yahoo servers, when you connect to your Facebook servers, they all are using this kind of computing. And also for this, so it will have much storage capacity and it will have concurrent usage. That means simultaneously many users can use this particular computer and they can store the information, they can process, they can do everything. That is much, the cost is much higher than mini computer and also the speed is also high. So they are called mainframe computers. And the last one is supercomputers. Supercomputers, as you all know, it is the best and the maximum speed will be there for supercomputers. So, and so the cost will be very high. You can do any kind of processing that much speed. Supercomputer means super speed. When you compare to mainframe, it is doing the things in super speed. Okay, that's why they are called as supercomputer. And so microcomputers, examples of microcomputers are your mobile phones, your PDA and your tablet, iPad, etc. These are examples of desktops, laptops, all are examples of microcomputer with a single chip. That is very important. That is, how many chips you are using? Lydia?
Single chip.
On a single chip of microprocessor. Then it is called as microcomputers. Any doubt in that? Anyone? Should I explain again? Krishna Chandran, any doubt? Krishna Chandran, are you
No,
there?
ma'am. Yeah.
Any doubt?
No, no.
Okay, so we'll move to the next topic, that is mini computer. So I've told you already, these computers can support multiple users working simultaneously on the same machine. So as I told you, in banking, small business and all, if they have different branches and there is a head office especially, so everyone can work simultaneously and they will feel that they are using different systems, but actually everything is processed inside mini computer. So that is speciality of mini computers. It can support, the main point you have to note down is support multiple users working simultaneously on the same machine. So these are mainly used in an organization where computers installed in various departments are interconnected. So suppose there is a department, HR department, electrical department, sales department. So all are using systems, but they all can work simultaneously in one particular system. So they are called as mini computers. Clear, Achyut? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Once again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Next one is mainframes computers. These computers are large and very powerful computers with very high memory capacity. When you compare with mainframes and supercomputers, mainframe will have more memory capacity, but the speed will be less compared to supercomputer. Supercomputers in the other way, we'll call it as it is fastest. Speed is very high in supercomputer. So mainframe computer, you have to note it down. These computers are large and very powerful computers with very high memory capacity. It can process huge databases such as census. You know what is census? Census. Sandra, what is census? Census. Can you tell me the number of people in India?
No.
According to the latest census? How many crores?
Hello. Hello.
Sandra, I can't hear you. Evelyn.
Hello.
Evelyn, unmute. Evelyn. Still you are in mute mode. Unmute. Sana. Yes. Is it 100 crore or 200, 300?
Don't.
Don't know. It's 130 crores, right? 130 almost. So how we are getting that result? So all these data, these many crores people's data, we are storing it in a place that is called, the system is not a normal system. We can't store these details in a normal system, and the processing of each one's Aadhaar card, all the card verification, everything will be stored in the computer, and that kind of computers are mainframe. So mainframes computers are used. The main application is census, taking the census. Okay, now it's clear. Mainframe, its high memory capacity, the hard disk capacity and the processing memory, the RAM capacity will be very huge capacity it has. Clear? Meghna?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next is supercomputers. Supercomputers are fastest and very expensive. So the most expensive computer is supercomputer. And you have to note down the point is they can execute billions of instructions per second. So you can imagine the speed of a supercomputer. You know Sundar Pichai? Sundar Pichai. Have you heard about him?
CEO of Google.
Yes. So do you know what is the salary he's getting?
No. The highest paid employee.
It is like not billion actually. When you say it in dollar, it is in million. So just find out, Nevin. So just see billion. Billion means that much fast is this supercomputer. So for the huge amounts of mathematical application, that is weather forecasting, mathematical applications such as weather forecasting, we can use for complex scientific applications. All these applications we can do using supercomputers. Okay, so the speed is, it can process billions of instructions per second. Okay, and there is a difference between a mainframe computer and supercomputer. What is the difference?
Supercomputer does fewer programs really fast, and the mainframes, they can do many programs together like that, something like that.
Yes, mainframe is that supercomputer executes fewer programs. Supercomputer executes fewer programs, but with highest speed. What about mainframe? Execute many programs, not that much speed it has, but concurrently means what? At the same time, simultaneously it can execute many things. But in supercomputer, it executes few instructions, but with a higher speed. So that is a major difference between a supercomputer and mainframe computer. So who can say what are the different types of computers based on the technology they use? One by one. Srihari.
Ma'am, microcomputers.
Yes.
Mini computers.
Mini computer.
Mainframe computers and supercomputers.
Microcomputer? No. The question is, what are the different types of computer? General classification you have to say. Based on the technology.
There's a digital computer.
Yes, digital computer.
Analog computer.
Analog computer.
Hybrid computer.
Hybrid computer. So Lydia, tell me what is a digital computer?
Ma'am, and these are capable of processing information.
Examples. Example. No idea. Atul, example.
Laptop, smartphones.
Yes. See, Lydia, we were seeing the examples of this digital computers last, isn't it? This micro, mini and all. They are all examples of digital computers. Understood? Then Amal, tell me what is analog computer? Amal, tell me.
And this was on the base of the temperature mechanical.
So altogether, what is the basic difference? These quantities changes according to the characteristics. See, or the time. First, suppose now it is, what is the time? 12. 12, there is the temperature is there will be a difference. When you calculate the temperature at 1 o'clock, you will get other temperature. So it changes. That is why they are called as analog computers. So it works based on analog quantities. Now, Hannah, tell me what is hybrid?
It uses both digital computer and a hybrid analog
Both
computer.
digital technology and analog technology. Very good. Now, what are the different classification of digital computers? Donna?
Microcomputers, mini computers, mainframe, and supercomputers.
Supercomputers. Okay, very good. Krishna Yandran, tell me what is microcomputer?
They use just one microprocessor.
Yes.
Uh,
That's it.
yeah, examples are like mobiles, tablets.
PDS, tablets, etc. Then Meenakshi. Mini.
They use more than one processor.
More than one processor. You can't say that more than one processor. You have to say that
They work simultaneously. They can be
simultaneous. That is the main thing. There can be more than one processor, but the main specialty is that simultaneously multiple users can work
at a time
using that system. That's why it is called as mini. Emmanuel. Next one. Mainframe. I don't tell that I don't know. Yes.
They are powerful, very large, very powerful computers with high memory capacity.
That is the main point. High memory capacity. Okay. Then we'll get a random option. Muhammad Irfan. What's your video? Turn on your video. Question, what is supercomputer? Muhammad Irfan? No
Hello?
answer. Hello? No. So, Pavitra. The last one we saw is supercomputer. Yes, yes. Once again. Unmute, unmute.
Sir, very fastest and very
Yes, the main characteristics is that it is the speed is very high when you compare to all other computers, and the cost is
expensive.
Cost also very high. Okay, so that's all different classifications of computers based on technology. So next class we will see next topic on this, again the computer softwares, different types of softwares. Okay, yeah, that's all. See you in the next class.